Hello friends, this is Astrologer Mohnish once again, and thank you for watching my videos on Vedic Astrology. I'm sure if you have been watching my series from the episode 1 until now, you might have learned a lot about Vedic Astrology. I'm trying to do my best to give you these learnings in a most easiest and the simple way. But I always like to know your feedback, comments, likes. How can I improve it more if you want me to improve it? But what I'm sharing with you is a divine, secret, most enlightening knowledge of this universe, Jyotish. So if you share it with your family, friends, and also put comments, likes, so that other people can find my videos, you're also accumulating a very good karmas by allowing someone to learn this secret knowledge of Jyotish. Now, this is definitely a beginner's teachings or beginner level what I'm teaching here. For more advanced level, if you want to learn astrology from a Jyotish guru, from me, you are more than welcome to join my courses. I teach professional astrology. I have more than 400 students across the globe who are being trained as professional astrologers. So again, I'm very thankful to you for watching my videos, my entire series. And in this video, I will be answering some of your questions, the basic fundamental questions I come across almost every day. And also in this video, I will teach you the principles and the foundations and the secrets of transits. Transits means the planets which are in the motion, which are always moving, and how you see that in compared to your natal chart. So natal chart is the view of the heavens on the day and the time you were born. But that is a static view. Okay? And what is happening in present? What is happening now? Because planets are never stationary or never static. They're always moving, right? They're always under the control of the Kala Chakra. So how you see that in your chart, that what these planets and what are those planets which are affecting you and what results they are showing on day-to-day basis, on month-to-month basis, on year-to-year basis. And that's called transits. Transit is also known as Gochar. Gochar means the moving planets in Sanskrit. And in English we call it a transits. Transits means the planets which are always in the move. So how you see that, I will share that techniques, very simple beginner's level, so that you can see your chart, you can understand in the deeper gravity that astrology is not about the static chart, that one chart and then you start seeing everything. There's so many layers to astrology, so many layers to that, this divine science, and your chart is a snapshot of heavens at the time of your birth, but how it's evolving through the time, through the layers, and through the dashas, you need to learn that also. So first of all, the first question I always hear people ask me is, why do I show the Chalit chart, not the Lagna chart? Why do I give more emphasis on the Chalit chart? And if you don't know what the Chalit chart is, it's a Bhava Chalit chart. You can go back to my previous videos and see that. And here I'm going to just show you a simple, this is a chart of Sadhguru. If you know who he is, he's a very popular spiritual healer, spiritual guru. Many people follow him, so I just happened to get his chart. So if you see the birth details of Sadhguru, September 3rd, 1957, it's 2354 Mysore, India. And if you see this one, this is the Lagna chart, okay? We call it a natal chart. Okay. And this is the D1 Chalit chart or the chakra chart. Okay. And the settings for this I have already shown in my previous videos. You can feel free to go it. So right click in here and you can see, Chalit chart and D1. So why we use this instead of the Rashi chart? Again, it's very simple logic. This is an abstract view of the sky, the time somebody is born. Abstract view means the entire globe, which is 360 degrees, is being divided into 12 houses, 30 degrees each. So that means we are making a container of 30 degrees, And this is container number 1, container number 2, 3, 4. They're all 30 degrees each, and multiply by 12 gives us 360 degrees. I'm going to change the color here so that it's more visible. So this is 360 degrees. So this is an abstract view. Okay, so this is called Bachelors of Astrology. See, there's always a study, bachelors and masters. Okay, if you go to a doctor, there's a general physician who is also a doctor, MBBS, no questions, no doubts, but he's a general physician. He sees things from the abstract point of view, from a higher level point of view, but he's not specialized in a particular segment, like being a heart specialist or a psychiatrist or somebody else, or a kidney specialist. So this is a general view of your chart, which 90% of the astrologers read it because softwares are based on this, and it's very easy to read this chart because it's general science. But when you want to go into the layers as a specialized astrologer, MD degree, like you go to a specialist doctor, they want to see things more clearly. They don't want to see an abstract view of your chart. They want to know exactly what was the phenomena, what was the earth, the belt of elliptical look like, the heavens look like, if somebody is really keeping a telescope in their hand and looking at the sky. This Chalit chart gives us that particular view. So this is the chart which gives us the most accurate results, because this is not an equal house division. This is an unequal house division, means that the earth is not perfectly round in shape. Okay, so I'm going to draw it here so that you know. The earth is not round in shape. It is spherical in shape and tilted towards one of its axes. You cannot draw 12 equal 30 degrees pies out of it. It has to be unequal, because the day and time you are born, and looking at from that longitude, this is the longitude and latitude where Sadhguru was born, taking this example. If you go and look at the skies, the belt of elliptical from where the zodiac signs travel, you see from the telescope, you will see this view, not this view. And what will happen is, this is unequal house division. The planets will show that they are in a different houses. Here you see Mars, Mercury, Sun, they are in the 4th house. Jupiter and Venus in 5th. But you see in this chart, Jupiter, although it's in the zodiac sign of Virgo, but it has shifted to the 4th house, because this is an unequal house system. This is the unequal house system, means the zodiac signs, when they are traveling in the path of elliptical, they are bigger than 30 degrees, they are bigger than 40 degrees, they are bigger than 70 degrees. So we don't know their length, right? Because how they are appearing in a horizon from where you are seeing. If you're looking at the elliptical from the north hemisphere, like in the European region or in UK, in Canada, you will see this horizon, the line of elliptical very different than somebody who's sitting or standing in Africa, South Zone, or somebody is near to equator like in India, Bangladesh or Pakistan. So the perspective changes from which part of the earth you are actually looking at this belt of elliptical. And that changes everything. So what does it mean is that zodiac signs are appearing from west to east, and then we are not containing them in a 30-degree box. Okay, we are letting the box shrink and expand as per the length of the zodiac sign. So if zodiac sign is bigger than 40 degrees, the length of the first cusp will be more than 40 degrees. And you can go to the houses here and right click here, use this settings, ascendant, start of first house, and you can see in here very clearly. The cuspal chart tells you the real picture of the sky. That first cusp started at 18 degree 37 minutes Taurus and ended at 14 degree 51 minutes Gemini. So it's not even a 30 degrees, it's less than 30 degrees, the first cusp. And the second one is started at 14 degree Gemini, 51 minutes from where it ended in the first cusp, and ended at 11 degree 6 minutes at Cancer. It is even less than 30, it's also less than 30 degrees. So on and so forth. You can see some houses will be bigger, some will be smaller, because this is how the zodiac signs were appearing from the sky when somebody is looking from the telescope. So that's a difference between the Lagna chart and the cuspal chart. This is the real chart. This is the real view of the skies, astronomically proven. Raphael Book of Houses has all these divisions for a particular longitude, latitude in a particular city given to us, and that is a book we use to create this D1 Cuspal chart. Now, you can also think that if the Cuspal chart is not that important, then why all the Vedic astrology's software uses it or show it? They would rather eliminate it. And if you go to the house system, you see right in here. So there are so many Shripati system, Surya Siddhanta system, Shripati, KP system. There are so many systems based on the D1 Cuspal chart, not for the Lagna chart. Why? Because these are the systems the ancient astronomers, ancient Vedic gurus have used. Even in the Bharirat Parashara Hora Sutra, it's very well mentioned that use the chakra chart to go deeper into the layers of astrology rather than just looking at the natal chart. Now, natal chart is not, I'm not against reading the natal chart, but this is an abstract view. You go to a doctor who is a general physician. He will see your heart from a different perspective, your kidneys from a different perspective, your brain from a different perspective. But if you go to the specialist, they will see things from the real perspective, what they need to see. So that differentiates between an MBBS general physician doctor versus an MD who is specialized. So I am a guru of astrology who is specialized. I would say PhD. Okay, so that differentiates between who is reading your chart and what results you get. Again, people think that they read one chart using software, they become astrologer. So to prove any hypothesis, you need to see many examples. Okay? And that was differentiate between a hobbyist astrologer who may have just seen the chart of few family members here and there and then come to the conclusion the Lagna chart is the best chart to read. But if you go and read more and more charts, 100 charts, 200 charts, 300 charts, your hypothesis, your problem statement will show you that it is the chakra, the Cuspal chart, which gives you the most accurate results. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about it. And again, you can watch my previous videos. If you have questions, you can reach out to me. I will be more than happy based on my time factor that, I can't reply to all the emails, but I try my best to do. Second question people ask me is, the gems therapy, does the gemstones work? How to give the gemstones? Again, I'm telling you one thing very clearly is that this is the advanced topic. So again, you need to be a master MD doctor to give a gemstones rather than just a general physician. A general physician or a general astrologer will just take this, and this house and give you the gemstone. They will, for example, in the chart of Sadhguru, they will say Venus for Taurus, so wear an opal or in a white sapphire. Mercury is emerald, and then Capricorn is Saturn. So emerald, Saturn, and white sapphire or opal, you can wear any. So this is again a very general view and very common, thing you will see that software also shows you that wear first 5 and 9th house, because these 3 houses are always the friend of the ascendant lord, and always give the gemstone of this one. Again, it's a very general view. It's very textbooks level astrology, I would say that. Then the gemstones are given based on the nakshatras, not on the placement of the planets. First rule is this. Second is gemstone cannot be worn for planets which are bad in your chart, and how to see the good or bad planets I have already shown in my previous videos, looking at the nakshatras and the sublords and the planet positions. We determine if the planet is good for you or bad for you. And the third thing is you need advanced knowledge of gems therapy. Gems can be worn of any house, even 8th house, even 12th house, even 3rd house, 11th house, any house. Okay? Provided their nakshatras are positive and they are the milking cows in your chart. If you have a milking cow, one of the planets, you strengthen them, putting a steroid. So Gems X has a steroid. I'm wearing a yellow sapphire and a coral, and also wear an opal. They are strengthening my Jupiter, my Mars, and my Venus. Because if they are the milking cows in my chart, why would I milk them more? Okay? Now, some people think that, ascendant lord is Venus, we should never wear a gemstone which is the enemy of Venus. Just example, Venus is enemy of Jupiter. Now again, it's a textbook's theory. It's similar to like journal view or journal physician. You're going to a journal physician and asking them to fix your heart and look at more microscopically what health problem you have and what how can you improve your health. Again, you need to go to an MD doctor, a specialized. So GEMS therapy is a very advanced topic. Only advanced, educated, learned astrologers who have done a lot of research, education, knowledge, learned it from the gurus, not from the books. They are the one who can tell you what gemstones to be worn. But one principle I'm telling you is never look at the planet to give a gemstone. Look at the nakshatras where the planets are sitting. So I'm giving you a small hint. Again, I cannot cover all these topics on my YouTube videos, but in my advanced study course, I teach how to give gems. And I guarantee you, those gems work. From the ancient period, from the oldest civilization to the present time, gems have been the wonderful, the most active power given to us by the universal gods to manifest our desires. Greeks, Romans, Indians, Mesopotamians, Egyptians, they have all used gemstones during the wars, during the epidemics, or to bring the more well-being to their own life. Even they used to give gems to their horses who used to go to the battlefield. The talisman made of gemstones. So gems come from the Mother Earth, and the nature has given us everything to improve our lifestyle. That includes that. Gems also. The only problem is people wear the wrong gems. They wear in a wrong metal. They wear the gems based on the textbook astrology, not the finding the best planet in their chart and that wearing a gem. They just go and look for the journal view of a journalized astrologers. And three, they buy gems from the jewelers who give them the heated gems, with all colored and dyed. They look beautiful, but they are worth a penny. Okay, so this is the reason why if people say gem does not work, ask them who gave you, where you bought it, are they unheated, are they virgin gems, where they're coming from, which mines they're coming from. Then only you will get to know whether they are working or not working. And people sometimes wear the most, inexpensive gems which are clouded, inclusions, blemish, cracked, filled with oils. They don't work. So again, I'm re-emphasizing this. Ayurveda uses gems to heal us. They give us gems as a powder and give us to drink that for the treatments of various diseases, and they work wonders. Astrology uses gems, crystals, healing is very common in spiritual world, in meditation, in yoga. So these gems are our friends. They always give us the power what we need. But again, going to the concept back of that you can only wear a friend and versus, of ascendant as a gem. This is also a textbook astrology. You can wear any gem. Consider this: the 7 planets are the 7 chakra system in your own body. Each chakra is ruled by a planet. If the planets are playing the friends and the enemy game, then how you are surviving? They are inside your body also, exhibiting the light rays. They are just balancing you. They are not being playing a game of a friend being versus enemy versus friend. They're going to kill you, die. This is all stupid. This is all nonsense astrology. Again, a very generalized view. There are many kinds of doctors in the world. One are MBBS, one are not even MBBS, but they are doing doctorate. They're practicing, medical science. Some are the MDs, PhD holders, the researchers. So whom you talk to, where you go to, what are the credibility, what are the credentials, that speaks a lot. So same goes with astrology. Who is the astrologer who is guiding you? What are their credentials? What are their feedbacks? What are their testimonies? How they speak? What are their educational backgrounds? So unless you know these things, you cannot just say that the astrology doesn't work. It's not the problem with astrology. It's a problem with how you see or seek the astrology help. Again, for any gems remedy you need, and I can guarantee you this, the gems work wonders if you are wearing a right gem prescribed by the right doctor, right astrologer. So now I come back to the topic of today, that how to see the transits. Again, I'm going to share my screen here. And friends, please do leave me your feedback, your comments. It's always a pleasure to read your comments on my YouTube channel. I strive very hard. I work very hard day and night for astrology. And I have trained 400 students around the globe who have been a professional astrologers. So I feel very happy when people connect with me. They leave me the comments, the likes and the dislikes, so that it can help us improve also. So this is a chart of Sadhguru and how to see the transits. Very simple rule. Again, I'm just showing you the basics of it. Okay, advances, you need an advanced software. So Jagannath Hora is a very good software for the beginners level, learning astrology, especially if you're understanding the layers. But if you really want to be a professional, like you really want to start doing treatments on other, then you need a professional software. I may give you a look on how the professional software looks like if you want to see the transits. But in Jagannath Hora, what you need to do is create your chart, and then what you do is you come to this is the chart of Sadhguru. Again, you see very, very strong chart. Moon in 8th house, how strongly he is connected to the world of occult science, spiritual healing. Ketu in 12th house, born as a healer, born as a spiritual guru. 4th house is tremendously awesome. I don't need to read his chart, but it speaks itself why Sadhguru is Sadhguru. I follow him too, so very good person to listen to and to follow. Now, if you go to what you need to do is, let's say I'm using it as an example. You open your chart, and then first you do is you go to the dashas, and in the dashas you figure out what are the 3 dashas lords ruling you at any given time. So, for instance, right now Sadhguru is under the dasha of Jupiter. So I'm going to highlight Jupiter from 2014 till 2012 till 2028. He's under Jupiter dasha. So Jupiter is ruling the Mahadasha. That means the federal government in his chart, ruling his life. And then the Antardasha he is under from 20 to 27th of July 2022 till 2023 of May. Sun is ruling his Antardasha. So second planet. Mahadasha is a federal government, central government. Antardasha is a state government. And the third planet, which is ruling him at present, more microscopically, is again, we can see from 4th of November 2022 till 13th of December 2022, it's again going to be Jupiter. So one thing more you need to make sure is you're picking the right Ayanamsa. So I'm just making sure I've picked the right Ayanamsa. So I'm using True Lahari Chaturpaksha, but KP can also be used in here. So just for this example, I'm using this Ayanamsa, but normally for anybody born before 2000, we use a different Ayanamsa, which is again taught in my professional course. So now we have the 3 planets which are ruling his life: Jupiter, Saturn, and Jupiter. Now you need to draw the transit chart. Okay, so what you do is you come to the transits, and then Jagannath Hora will pick today's date itself and the time also, whatever the time you are at. And then you click on the show transit calculations. And you will see this chart becomes a transit chart. Now this is difficult to read because we lose the natal chart. So go click on this, you get the natal chart. I'm just showing you an example. And then click on this, you can see the transit chart. And if you want to see the transit chart of particular date, like in the past or in the future, you can pick the date here, year, and click on show transit calculations. The chart of that particular day in transit will be shown. So let's click on the show transit calculations. But now how to read it? You go to chakras, this tab, and then open mixed chakras, mixed 2 vargas. And here what you do is, here what you find is that this chart internally, okay, let me just draw it with a different color so that it becomes easy for you. So anything in this blue, so I'm going to highlight this again. This is the natal chart, the birth chart, Lagna chart, okay? And again, in the advanced software, we use the chakra chart for the transits also. But this is the Lagna chart, okay? And you won't go wrong with that also. It's, for the transits, you can read the Lagna chart. And then outside layer, which is I'm going to highlight in red color, this is the transit chart. The planets in the sky at present. So you see outer is transit and inner is natal. It's mentioned here also in the software. Now the 3 planets we know, the dasha, the planets ruling him is Jupiter, Sun, and Jupiter. Okay, and in your case it could be any other 3 planets. So what you need to do is you need to highlight those planets. Jupiter, Again, Sun is here in transit. You see, this is a transit chart. Sun is in the Pisces right now and it is showing in his 11th house. Sorry, Jupiter is in Pisces and it's showing his 11th house. Sun is at present in Libra and it is showing in his 6th house. Okay, and then the third planet is also Jupiter, so we ignore that. Now, first thing you need to do is moon, natal moon. Find the natal moon. Where in the natal chart Sadhguru's moon is. And in your chart, where the natal moon is. I'm going to highlight it in green. So, natal moon in Sadhguru's chart is in the 8th house. Moon is your mind, your subconscious mind. How you feel as the world is treating you. What is your thought process? What are your emotions? This is all coming from the moon. And that's the reason in Vedic astrology, the moon chart, we call the chart starting from the moon, has given more emphasis. Because we want to know where your mind is. Your mind travels body to body. So moon, highlight the moon first in your natal chart. So in Sadhguru's chart, moon is in the 8th house. Now from here, where is transit Jupiter? Again, from natal moon, count where is the first Dasha Lord. So this is Dasha, this is Antardasha, and this is Parantardasha. The central government, the state government, and the municipal government. Okay? It could be any 3 planets in your chart based on what you're going through. Mark the natal moon, and from here you see Jupiter is 1. Count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4th house away. And 4th is house of home, mother, farming, homeland. So his mind will go towards these activities. Maybe doing something home related, maybe real estate, buying or doing something with the real estate, maybe redecorating the home, or emotions will get connected to the motherly love also, motherland also, organic farming also, because this is your mind. Start from the moon. Where is your Dasha Lord? And if you see, every year it will change. So if I go, 1 year forward, let's say he's still in the Jupiter Dasha till 2027. So this is a transit, and I go click on 1. You see, after 1 year, precisely, the Jupiter will go into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th house from moon. And 5th is house of intuitions, intelligence, solution providing. So next year, Sadhguru's focus, the mental abilities, will be activating the 5th house of his intuitions, solution providing, imaginations, creation, creativity. And again, you go 1 year back, so on and so forth, and you can see each year the Jupiter's power and Jupiter's placement will change in transit, and how it will affect his mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's his health. 6 is house of health, where the mind will go. And 6 is house of service also, what he is doing for the world. So this is how you see from moon first. Now this is only the first puzzle. The second thing what you do is I'm going to go and roll back Jupiter to the current state. So again we are back to the, I did one more time. So we are back to the to the current state. Now we know where the Jupiter is from moon. Okay, that's first thing you need to know. Second is just see where Jupiter is, which house Jupiter is activating. I'm going to highlight it again as a red. Jupiter is in the 11th house of Sadhguru. 11th is house of social circle, satsang, networking, fulfillment of desires, achievements, progress. And Jupiter is its own house in Pisces. What a wonderful gains he will get during this life. Not only the material gains, it could be spiritual gains, it could be satsang, it could be societies, it could be NGOs, it could be running those the non-profit organizations, bringing people together, doing a lot of social activities. So this is where all Jupiter continue to will deliver him this results in this year. And then the second planet we know after Jupiter is Sun, which is acting as the one of the Dasha Lords and the state government. Sun is in 6th house. So this month, Sun will activate his job, his work profile, and his health also. So definitely 6 is a house of your service, what you provide to others. It's the house of your health. And a lot of planets are clustered here. Venus, Mercury, Ketu also here. So a lot of spiritual things will happen, in his work. And that's what he's been known for. And then you see what combination they're making. They're activating the 6 and 11. 6 is where Sun is and 11 is where Jupiter is. The whole month is very, very strong. 6-11 is a combination of victorious. You are learning and you are being admired and you are gaining a lot in your life. So this is how you see. Again, the third is Jupiter. So third planet is Jupiter. So we are not reading that because it is the same thing. Lot of expansion, lot of gains, lot of good things will happen. And again, you can transit forward and see, in 2 months' time what will happen. So if I go 2 months, this is a year. So what, instead of any year, what I'll do is I pick a month here. So let's go back to the scale one right now, and then in the transits I will pick a month. So I want to see what is happening next month. So next month, I know Jupiter it was retrograde, but it's straight now. So again, the retrograde and straight motion, I teach it in my advanced courses. You don't have to worry about that. Consider the retrograde planets, they reduces their strength because they appear to be going backwards or stationary. The direct motion is more powerful. And then Sun will enter 7th house. Now this is where the next month, again 11 is a lot of social factors, a lot of gains, a lot of manifestation of desires happening. Now Sun entering 7th house, and this means that relationships, partnerships, this is where the focus will. This is where this house is being activated by Sun. So a lot of networking, a lot of meeting people, a lot of interactions, a lot of relationships, a lot of ventures, business ventures, meditation centers can be where the soul, the Sun is of Sadhguru will be. So this is how you can go forward 1 month each and see what are the houses your DBA lords are activating. Dasha, Bhukti and Antara lords, whatever the houses they activate, this is where the energies will be. And those are the results you will feel. Okay, and what you need to know is then whenever these planets come and activate your 8th house and 12th house, and especially 6 and 12, if 8, 12, these are the areas you need to be careful. Because 8th is house of depression, problems, sudden obstacles, challenges. So if your DBAs are sitting in the 8th house, okay, let's say for example, Mercury and Venus are sitting in 8th house, right? Okay, and the 8th lord is sitting in 11th house. So if Sadhguru would have been gone into the dasha of Mercury and Venus, this would have been a time for transformation, a pain, sufferings. Or since he is a spiritual healer, he helps people who are in pain, so he might not receive or get those negative results. But for a common person, if you're not connected to any pain management, if your DBAs are transiting into the 8th house, you will definitely see problems, obstacles, transformational, depressive attitude. Your thought process will change. And 12 means losses and disappointments, or trying to just figure out where I am, but not being able to find those answers. So all you need to be watchful is when your DBAs activate 6, 8 and 12. That is the area of concern. Especially if you are not a doctor, engineer, spiritual healer or a psychiatrist who are not helping people in the pain management. So then these planets, these house combination will bring pain to you. Now one more thing I want to highlight is here. It's not essential that the planet would be in the 8th house only, then it activates the 8th. If the planet, let's say this house belongs to Jupiter, and let's say your DBA Lord is conjunct with Jupiter, the 8th Lord. That means again, or the 12th Lord, it is showing that activation of your 8th house. So in transits, I know it's an advanced topic, I don't want to confuse you. The planet sitting in the house, the DBA planets, that is the house activated. But these DBA planets, if they are aspected or in conjunction with I'm trying to write it here, pardon my handwriting here, it's the mouse, I'm trying to scribble here. The DBA Lord sitting in 6, 8 and 12, primarily 8 and 12. 6 is a neutral house when it connects with 11, so let's forget it. It's not to confuse you. So focus on 8 and 12. If your Dasha and Bhukti, let's say your D and B is Venus or maybe a Mars. If Mars and Venus are sitting in this house and this house, either of those or both of those, problem. Or if they are being aspected or in conjunction with the 8th or the 12th Lord, same problem can happen. So if Venus gets conjuncted with here and you are in the Venus Dasha, it is sitting with 8th Lord, problem can come. Sitting in 11th house, it will give you the gains, but gains will come with a loss. Like insurance money, you broke something and insurance paying you, maybe inheritance, but you lost your parents or grandfather, maybe a dowry where you are being a slave for someone, getting married, but you got money in a dowry. So unearned money will come, but with a pain. And again, or Venus is not in the 8th house, but it is aspected by 8th Lord. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If Venus sits in here in transits and Jupiter, the 8th Lord, is aspecting it, again the same problem can happen. Now aspect is coming from 11th house, it will bring a gains, but gains with the pains. So there are so many combination and permutations here, which a professional software really helps you learning this easily. But I'm trying my best. Pardon me if something has been missed there, but as a person, as an engineer myself, I try to teach things in a very simpler manner. So what you need to do is look at the DBAs where they're sitting. They are not making any connection with the 8th and the 12th house, either by aspect or by conjunction or by sitting in there. If 11 comes in there with 8, 11, then it's a good sign. At least, you get a pain, but the gains will also be there. But if there's no 11 or no 10, 8, then 12 is coming in DBAs, those are the months when people suddenly get into accidents, suddenly, mishap happens, even though their planetary position looks very good, their static natal chart looks very good, but then again, why the accident happened? Why the problem came? Why the job loss happened? Why you suddenly lost money in stock market? Because of the results of the transits which act as the environmental factors on your natal chart. So you have a Mercedes or a BMW or an Audi or the wonderful car of this world or a Tesla, what we talk about nowadays a lot, filled and equipped with all the latest and the greatest gadgets, engineering, safety measures, everything is there. But you can still meet with an accident if the external environment is not conducive for the driving conditions. So similarly, your chart may be the best of the best. The DBAs are showing good houses, 2, 6, 10, 11, money is coming, relationship coming, material gain coming. But if those DBA planets are moving into the bad houses of your transits, that means the environment is not conducive and you can get into problem again. And that's what, the people get into problems suddenly and they just say, ooh, we didn't know that because our chart was so good. So again, these are the thoughts, I'm going to leave you with. One more thing you need to add it here. Now we know the Jupiter is in 11th house for Sadhguru and Sun is in 6th house. Let's go back and create a transit chart again because we did change a lot of stuff. So I'm going to go to the transits here and then back to natal chart for Sadhguru. And then with my due respect to Sadhguru, he's a great soul. And then show transit calculation again. So this is showing December, so I'm going to pick November here because we want a current system, and then go back to the natal chart and then again come back to the show transit calculations. And then what you need to do is one more layer added to it, which I'm going to quickly show you. Jupiter and Sun. So why Sun has moved to the 7th house? Maybe right now it has moved. Let's just go back one more time. Transits. Oh, I'm still picking the December here. November and show transit calculations. Okay, and now we have Sun in Libra. Good. And then go to chakras, and then we get, this is the chart we started with an example. And now Jupiter and Sun. Okay, mark these 11th house and 6th house. Now go to this one, this table, the digital table here. See, the astrology is the wonderful science. Bhina Ashtak Varga. See the score. 11th is 28, and 6 is 30. The highest scoring, almost highest, 31, the third house is highest, or the second is highest, but they are the very good houses. Anything above, above 24 is considered to be very strong houses. So Jupiter and Sun both are transiting into the houses which has a very strong Ashtakvarga score, Bhinna Ashtakvarga. I have a video on this, again you have to search in my playlist, but Ashtakvarga is a digital astrology. Sage Prashara was very intelligent, he was a visionary, he knew in the Kali Yuga, where we only understand the digits, 0101, computers, graphics, everything is digitalized, even music is. So he created the system of digital astrology also, which is based on the Ashtakvarga system. In this system, we see which are the houses which are the strongest, like his second house is strong, the number system. Anything above 25 is considered strong, 30 is excellent. So you see the 6th is strong, 11th is very good. And there's a video where I've talked about it. And you see in here, the Jupiter is and Sun is transiting into one of the best houses which have the best score. That means the power of these houses are huge. Like the diminished scores are in the 7th house, relationship, and that's why, Sadhguru lost his wife early in the age, because you see 7th house is the weakest in his chart based on the Ashtakvarga. So again, these are the things you can see in your chart to come to the point, how to see the transit chart. I've covered the basic of it, friends. There's a lot to it, especially if I open a professional software here and try to show you this, you will be amazed. But let's put it a topic for the next video maybe. I will show you, how to see transits in the professional software also. Again, astrology is a science which only comes through a good. If you're trying to learn it of your own self, you can be a hobbyist. You cannot be an astrologer who can literally try and help people and help transform his life or others' life. I'm Astrologer Mohnish. Once again, if you have any questions, concerns, feedback, leave it to me. And if you are really serious about astrology, this investment is a Brahma Gyan. When I learned astrology, I left no stone unturned to learn this divine science. Even if it took me years, even if my gurus were priceless, and they asked, whatever they asked, I gave them, because I wanted to learn this divine science. And here I am, I'm very happy, very content. I have the blessings and love of all my followers, my students, and what I'm doing is because, and why I'm doing is because my heart and soul is in this divine science. It can literally change your life, transform your life. Again, leave me your comments. If you like my video, please share with your family, friends. And if you have any questions, you can email me. And if you are serious about learning astrology, you can join my course. I will be more than happy to teach you, guide you, and tell you the exact way of how to transform people's life or your own life by the medium of this divine science. Once again, friends, this is Astrologer Mohnish. I'll see you very soon in my next video. God bless and take care.